Hi everyone, I'm Francesca from Junkjournaljoy, and today I want to share with you how to create this very simple art journal that is useful to create some studies of, for example, in my case, some botanicals. And as you can see, the structure is like a concertina, and it's great because you can add pages and pages endlessly. The first thing to do is to gather a piece of watercolor paper. For example, I have these extra large ones from Canson. That is my favorite watercolor paper because it's very cheap, but it's very good. And then you can fold in half, then in half again, and you will have some little piece of paper that can be transformed in an art journal. You can also use directly the the size that you want if you have already some watercolor paper that you like. You can also use a scissor or a cutting machine to cut the sheets. But the thing is, I very like the grungy look of the edges torn like this. And if you can, try to not touch too much the paper because the oil on our hands can damage the paper. Now grab your scraps. For example, I have some neutral tones fabric scraps that I can use as a base for my hinge, but you can use a piece of paper, of course. The thing is that you use the fabric ones, it will be a better, the fold will be more smooth, okay? But it's not necessary. Use what you have. So for example, here I have some cotton, and it's a little smaller than my page, but it's okay. Now I am measuring more or less. I think 1 inch for side is okay in my case. Because it's depending on the size of your paper, okay? Of your page. In my case, my page is very landscape mode, okay? And so something like this, I think it's pleasant for the eyes. And now I'm using my first hinge as a template to tear the others. And when I had enough, I will stop. But keep in mind that you will always add more pages and so more hinges to this little project because it's a never-ending book, okay? And once we have our basis, we can add something on top of it, for example, other scraps and embellishment. Here I am full of my intuition in the sense that the only rule that I'm full of is to not decorating in the middle, because in the middle there is the fold of the page. So if I decorate in it, will be a problem, fold the page. Okay, so the only rule is that one. Don't decorate the middle. And for the rest, as you can see, I'm using some scraps in neutral tones, so it's easy to put everything together in an harmonious way. And it's a simple layering of things. I'm using also some principle of symmetry, as you can see. For example, on the top there is something, and so on the bottom. I'm trying to balance the right and the left of my piece. But my main compass is the question, this thing, I like this thing. if the answer is yes, then my collage is okay. If not, I'm choosing something else. And you can use a glue to put everything together, or as in my case, the stapler, because it's easy to use, it's faster. I like it so much. And now we can add our first hinge on our pages. For example, I'm using some masking tape to hold the pages together before put my hinge on top of it, because it's easier in this way for me. okay? And also notice the little gap in between the two pages, so it will be very easy to open our book later. And now I'm using some flash bond or fabric tack glue because these are the best for fabric as a glue, in my opinion. You can also use the sewing machine if you have one, if you like it. But for now, I think it's cute also like this, very simple. And this can be also an idea to create some pages for a junk journal. And if you do something like this before the binding, I think it's very, very cute. The thing that you can see the ink peeking through the pages. And now we can proceed with the other inches, more or less in the same way. The important thing is to stay in the same color palette, so it's important to use the same scraps, okay, from the same pile, but it's up to you if you want to change or have another journal super rainbow, so to speak. Do it. There are no rules, okay? Makes what feel right for you and what make you happy, okay? In my case, I always use neutral tones because for me it's soothing for my mind. See neutral tones that reminds me the earth, the ground. I don't know, for my mind it's very pleasant. Now I'll leave you with some music because the pattern is always the same, and I'll see you at the end of this video for adding the last details to our art journals. So this is the last piece, but as I said before, you can add pages and pages endlessly, also in a second moment. But for now, the only thing that I want to add is a thread, for example, this one. And on the top, you can also use some card made before, for example, this one that is from the day one of the challenge. And it's done. Let me know in the comments what you think. I hope you enjoyed this video and see you soon. Bye!